You know that feeling when you tell someone about your big plan and they get all excited for you, and suddenly you feel amazing, like you've already done something? That rush feels good, right? Here's the brutal truth. That feeling just murdered your goal. Your brain got its reward without you doing any actual work. You just handed yourself a participation trophy before the game even started, and now your motivation is bleeding out on the floor. Here's what's happening. When you announce your goals, your brain releases dopamine like you've actually achieved something. You get social validation, people praise you, you feel accomplished, but you haven't accomplished anything yet. You just tricked your brain into thinking you did. And now you're 40% less likely to actually follow through because your brain already got what it wanted: recognition and reward. Let me break down exactly why keeping your mouth shut is the most powerful thing you can do for your goals and what to do instead. Problem 1. Your brain can't tell the difference. When you tell someone, "I'm going to lose 30 pounds," or "I'm writing a book," or "I'm starting a business," your brain lights up the same reward centers that activate when you actually do those things. It's like eating a picture of food in your stomach thinking it's full, except worse, because now you have no hunger to drive you forward. Your mind experiences the identity before you've earned it. You get to feel like the person who's writing a book without writing a single page. You become the entrepreneur without building anything. You're walking around wearing a costume of your future self, and it feels so good that you forget you're supposed to actually become that person. Think about it. You tell your friend you're going to run a marathon. They say, "Wow, that's amazing." You feel proud. You feel seen as someone disciplined and committed. That hits the same pleasure buttons as actually running the marathon, just way easier. So why would your brain push you to do the hard thing when it already got the reward from the easy thing? This is why most New Year's resolutions die in February. People announce them at parties, post them on social media, get their validation hit, and then wonder why they can't stay motivated. Your motivation didn't disappear. You spent it on announcement day. Problem 2. Other people become emotional anchors. The second you tell someone your goal, they become a weight attached to your decision. Now you're not just doing it for you. You're managing their expectations, their opinions, their doubts, their projections of their own failures onto you. Your mom says, "That sounds risky." Your friend says, "Are you sure you can do that?" Your coworker says, "I tried that once, it didn't work." Suddenly you're carrying their baggage. Their fears are in your head. Their limitations are whispering to you at 3 a.m. when you're trying to decide if you should keep going. Even the supportive ones become anchors. Because now when you want to pivot, when you realize your approach isn't working, when you need to change direction, you have to deal with their confusion. You have to explain yourself. You have to manage their investment in the story you told them. That's mental quicksand. Every step forward requires twice the energy because you're dragging all these people with you. And here's the worst part. When people know your goals, some of them secretly want you to fail. Not because they're evil, but because your success highlights their inaction. You getting in shape reminds them they're not. You starting a business reminds them they gave up on theirs. You're a walking mirror of their regrets, and mirrors get smashed. Problem 3. Accountability is a trap. Everyone tells you to get an accountability partner. Tell people your goals so they can hold you accountable. That sounds logical, right? Wrong. Accountability doesn't work the way you think it does. Real accountability is someone checking if you did the work. Fake accountability is someone knowing you're supposed to do the work. Most people use fake accountability. They tell everyone their plan, feel accountable, and then avoid everyone when they're not following through. You've done this. You announce you're eating healthy. Then you avoid lunch with a friend who knows because you don't want to explain why you're eating a burger. Fake accountability creates shame without creating action. You feel bad about not doing the thing, but the bad feeling doesn't motivate you. It just makes you hide. Real accountability is private, specific, and focused on behavior, not outcomes. It's telling one person, "Check if I went to the gym," not telling everyone, "I'm getting fit." Here's what actually works. Keep your goal silent. Tell exactly one person who's already done what you're trying to do, and only tell them your next action, not your big vision. Not, "I'm writing a book," but "I'm writing 500 words today. Check in with me tonight." That's accountability. Everything else is just performance. Problem 4. Silence creates pressure that pushes you forward. When nobody knows what you're doing, you have something to prove. There's tension between who you are and who you're becoming. That tension is fuel. It's uncomfortable, and that discomfort makes you move. The second you announce your goal, you release that pressure. You let the steam out. You've already proven something by declaring it. You've already shown people you're the type of person who has big goals. The tension disappears, and with it, your drive. Silent goals create a different kind of energy. You're building something nobody sees. You're changing in the dark. Every day you're working on it, and nobody knows. You're banking evidence for yourself. You're creating this secret gap between how people see you and who you're actually becoming. And when you finally reveal what you've done, you reveal it with results, not promises. That's power. Showing up with the finished book, the transformed body, the launched business. Not the announcement, not the plan, the actual thing. That hits different. For you and for them. What to do instead. Stop announcing. Start building. Keep your goals so quiet that even you barely talk to yourself about them. Focus on the next action, not the big vision. When someone asks what you're up to, be vague. Here are some examples of what to say. Just working on some personal projects, trying some new things, keeping busy. Don't lie, just don't give them the full picture. Protect your goal like it's a secret that gives you power, because it is. If you absolutely need external support, pick one person who's done what you're trying to do. Tell them your next 3 actions, not your ultimate goal. Make them check your behavior this week, not your vision for next year. Every time you feel the urge to post about your goal on social media, to tell your friend, to announce it at dinner, recognize that urge for what it is. Your brain trying to get the reward without doing the work. That urge is a warning sign. When you feel it, double down on silence. Go do one small action toward the goal instead of talking about it. Replace talking about your goals with talking about your process, but only after you've been doing it for months. Not, I'm going to meditate every day, but 6 months later, casually mentioning, yeah, I've been meditating most mornings. See the difference? One is a promise seeking validation. The other is a fact stating reality. The bottom line, your goals are not social currency. They're not conversation pieces. They're not ways to make yourself interesting at parties. They're private missions that require every ounce of energy you have, and you can't afford to leak that energy through your mouth. The most dangerous thing you can do is confuse talking about change with actually changing. They feel similar. They both require courage. But one builds your future, and one just burns your motivation for temporary attention. Keep your mouth shut. Put your head down. Do the work in private. Let your results be the announcement. That's how you actually achieve things, instead of just sounding like someone who might achieve things someday. Start today. Here's what to do right now. Pick one goal you've been talking about. Stop talking about it. Just work on it. See what happens when you redirect all that announcement energy into actual progress. You'll be shocked how much faster you move when you're not stopping every 5 minutes to explain yourself to people who aren't even on the journey with you.